All right, y'all, the most important building block in accumulating wealth in America is home ownership. Unfortunately, African Americans are losing big time when it comes to owning a home. As of this year, 43% of African Americans are homeowners, compared to 73% of non-Hispanic whites. Also, black home ownership today is lower than the national home ownership rate during the Great Depression 80 years ago. For 2014 and 2014, black applicants for conventional loans decreased by 82%, while black applicants for non-conventional loans increased by 60%. Let me explain what that means. So the whole subprime mortgage crisis, what that means is we got all the subprime loans where we got screwed versus the prime loans. Here to break down, of course, these dismal figures, Ron Cooper, president of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Ron, 53% of black wealth has been wiped out because of the home foreclosure crisis. If there has been one of the greatest failures of the Obama administration, I have said this consistently. I've said it to the White House. I've questioned the president. So I don't care what anybody thinks. It has been the fact that this administration simply did not move fast enough to protect homeowners as opposed to protect banks and others during this crisis from 2008 to present day.
Well, in terms of the protections, we as black people didn't get them. And I'm here today as the president of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. The 29th president is to raise the alarm that we have a serious problem in America. When home ownership continuously slide, we're at 41.7%. And all the experts predict that it will go even further. But let's understand, as black people, we lost over $1 trillion worth of wealth. We can't afford that loss. And we have to change the narrative in our community and understand how home ownership is tied to our ability to educate our children, how we start businesses as entrepreneurs, and how that affects us in this country.
Well, in fact, the reality is when you talk about how it impacts even business. 2013 Wall Street Journal, I remember reading the story, it was around March 15, 2014, that showed that in 2013, $23.09 billion in small business loans were made across this country.
Right.
Black folks got about $385 million of that because many of those African Americans who own businesses, their home was their only collateral. No home, no loan, no business.
Thank you.
So not only did it simply impact your home ownership, then it impacted businesses, which then impacted the ability to be able to build a business, to be able to get capital. And so this thing goes down the line. And I know somebody's seeing it going, man, but yeah, you go blaming the president. No. HAMP was announced within 90 days when he took office. That was supposed to help, that program was supposed to help upwards of 4 million Americans. It really only helped about 700,000 people. And I had former Housing Secretary Sean Donovan. Every time he came on my show, Washington Watch on TV1, there was a new housing plan. I said, Secretary, you know what that means? The last one didn't work. And so the bottom line is, what are you hearing from Trump? I can answer that question. No. But also Clinton on the issue of home ownership and helping African Americans stay in these homes.
And that's a problem in this country. First of all, they're not addressing home ownership at all. But if you see what went on between 14 and 15, there were 1 million less loans done for everybody in between 2014 and 15. This country cannot stand that kind of decline in lending. Period. Has nothing to do with black people, but get to the point that you were talking about. When you look at the fact that we were accused of being the people who caused the crash in the housing industry, if you look at home ownership amongst black people, it has went from 2004, which is our highest rate of 49.7%. From that point on, it has declined. It has never went up since then to now. The issue was with subprime is when you look at the amount of loans that were done during that period, 2005 and 6, which was the height, we increased 200,000 loans. But our home ownership didn't increase.
Christian.
This is an incredibly important issue as we think about
Yes.
the work that the next administration needs to take on. Redlining remains a huge problem in
Very
this
much
country.
so.
We had the foreclosure crisis. People lost their homes, tremendous loss of black wealth, as you note. And then we saw interest rates drop to historic lows. And they did that so that banks could start giving loans again. And what we're seeing is that so many banks are only giving loans to white folks. So we need some work to combat combat this redlining problem that plagues the nation.
Well, again, bottom line is, again, hopefully it comes up in any of these debates, but the bottom line is black folks should be prepared, whoever is president, to push this immediately the day after the next election, because this impacts our future in a huge way.
And ring the alarm. And the point that you're making.
I got 10 seconds.
Okay, NAREB is out right now advocating, one, the changing of the credit box, allowing access to black people.
Okay.
Two, that our government do not continue to sell REO properties to the very culprits that took advantage of us during the subprime. Those properties need to come back to the market, give us an opportunity to recapture the loss in which we had. Also, we do not want to keep getting charged loan leveling price adjustments, which says that on a $200,000 loan, we pay $8,000 more than anybody else that buys a loan.
Okay.
These are the three things that NAREB is pushing and want to advocate, and asking everyone in America to join us. We need 2 million new black homeowners in this country in 5 years.
All right, folks, we come back, we're going to talk breast cancer awareness and how it's impacting black women, also the birth of a nation. All that next. News 1 now, TV 1.